In this video, I'm going to share with you some really fun hot mic stories that I've experienced as a sound mixer that are probably going to either make you laugh, gross out, or keep you on your seat wanting more. I'm a professional location sound mixer and boom operator located in Phoenix, Arizona. These are my hot mic stories. So my first hot mic story is about a client I worked with when I contracted for Voyage Productions in Tempe, Arizona. I was working as Voyage's main sound recordist at the time and was using their sound gear such as a Zoom H4n, which has 2 audio input channels, and I was also using their Comica lab microphones. And so this client was a chef that was looking to create his own reality TV show. And so we were filming one of the episodes in the fall at a very nice place. And I made sure to mic him up because there were other things he was going to be doing during the shoot, and I wanted to make sure that he had the microphone on him before anything else happened. So I have him mic'd up, talking to him, getting to know him better, and letting him know what's going on as I'm mounting the lav microphone onto his shirt. And so after that happens, I'm walking around the area just listening for nice atmospheric sounds, maybe something to add a little sound design and post-production, whatnot, and then I hear it. I originally thought someone was pouring water into a cup, and it sounded a little something like this. So at first I was thinking nothing of it, you know, someone's probably pouring a cup of water in the kitchen, getting themselves a glass of water, you know, big whoop. But then I heard the toilet flush, and then my eyes went, oh shoot, I just listened to someone urinate in the bathroom. And out of all the people that I had mic'd up, there was only one person that I had mic'd up, and that was the chef. So I immediately muted his microphone, and then when he walked out of the restroom, I acted like nothing had happened. I didn't hear anything, I swear. You went to the bathroom? Oh, I wouldn't have known. I mean, I couldn't hear you. I mean, the last thing I want to do is embarrass a client, especially if I'm working for another company. I mean, technically it was contract work, I'm working for myself, but still, I mean, I'm representing another company as a sound recordist, and, you know, there are just certain things you need to filter, say, and just leave out of the way, and, you know, it came down to professionalism, and I'm just like, I don't think he wants to know of what I just heard. But I have told this story to many coworkers working on other feature films and short films since I've had this experience. My next story is when I was working on a feature film called The Darkening Hour. Now by the time you're watching this video, the film is probably released somewhere or it's not released yet. But if you type in The Darkening Hour on Google, you might find the movie. But anyway, this was a feature film where I was miking multiple talents. Now what's funny about this project is I originally auditioned for the lead role. My agent, based in Arizona, told me about the audition, so I auditioned. I sent in a video audition, and then I got a call back. So then I showed up for the callback early because that's what you do as an actor. You want to show your professionalism, and you also want to have a good reputation for being on time to things. So I did the callback. I thought it was alright, but I didn't have the lines memorized, and I learned later on as an actor that it's really important to make sure if you have a callback, you get the lines memorized, especially for any audition. And so I later learned that I didn't get the role, but during the callback, the casting director, which I am very good friends with today, knew that I did sound, and they mentioned that during my callback session. And when they had mentioned that I did sound, because they had seen me holding up a boom pole and mixing sound on various film sets, the director of the film didn't know that I did sound, and they were currently seeking a sound recordist because the one they originally had, just things happened. So after talking about that, I realized, well, if you guys don't cast me as the lead role, I'm always open to doing sound for the movie. And sure enough, a few days later, I found out I didn't get the role, but I did get the role of sound recordist. And the awesome thing about this is because I got the audition through my agent, if I did get the role, I'd have to pay my agent 20% of the total pay. But since I didn't get the role and I was working for myself using my own equipment, I got the opportunity to earn everything. So I got the role of sound recordist, and my good friend today, who I still keep in touch with and we support each other in our journeys, he got the awesome role of Jeffrey. That's right, the main role was Jeffrey, but I think it was spelled Geoffrey, not Jeffrey, like my name. But wouldn't that be so ironic to get a role that the role's name is Jeff, the same name as my name? But yeah, my friend got the lead role of Jeff, and he did an absolutely phenomenal job. I seriously wouldn't want the role to go to anyone else. And I definitely wouldn't want the sound job to go to anybody else too, because I take pride in that. And so because of the previous story I just mentioned to you guys, I made sure to let everyone know about what had previously happened about probably a year and a half or so ago during that whole thing with the chef client. Yeah, I made sure to let everyone know if they were going to use the restroom to please let me know, like first thing, let the director and producer know so that they know where you are on set, but let me know especially so that I can mute your microphone if you have a lav microphone mounted onto your shirt or taped onto you somewhere. And to my luck, everybody did so accordingly. They were very good about it. But there was one evening where things were running a little late, we were running a little behind. Let's just say it was a very busy evening and I was multitasking a lot of things. So there were a lot of costume changes, and due to those costume changes, I always have to re-mic those actors. So taking off the lav tape, the lav microphone, letting them get into their new costume, and then figuring out where's the best place that I can mount this microphone to make it sound the best it can be for the shot. And due to all that thinking and using my maximum brain power, that's when I heard the urination. I heard my friend urinating in the bathroom right next to set. And I could clearly hear the impact of the water hitting the toilet. If you ever heard what that sounds like, which everybody's used the restroom in their lives, I'm sure. Yeah, it was clear as daylight. I immediately muted his microphone and made sure to pretty much let everyone know again to tell me when they are going to use the restroom. And to my surprise, he actually did let me know, but I didn't know that because I was so busy doing other things and doing my job, and apparently his mentioning or statement to me went in one ear and out the other. So to all my acting friends out there, those that know me and those that don't know me, if you are ever on a film set and you need to use the restroom and you are mic'd up, please, for the love of God, let the sound mixer or sound department know ahead of time that you are using the restroom, because otherwise they may hear some things that they don't want to hear, and neither do you want them to hear it. Now, if you've enjoyed these stories so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you know any other people in the industry who would enjoy these stories, then please share the video with those people. They might actually have similar stories. Let's get back to the video. Alright, so my next story has to deal with weird sounds I'll hear from certain actors or crew members on set. The things I hear, I really don't understand what goes through their mind sometimes or what's happening. Neither do I really want to know, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious. So there have been times where I've heard someone rehearsing off set and I'll hear, and like, I don't know, they'll just make these weird moaning sounds, and I'm just like, what the heck are you doing? What's going on here? Do I really want to know? I sometimes I know who it is because I know their voice and what it sounds like, and then sometimes just like, are they taking a nap? Are they smoking a cigarette? Like, what is going on? There's also times where I've heard gossip on set from other actors, whether they're female, male, it doesn't really matter, but I've heard certain things, people saying things about other people, and just immature conversations, and it's just like, guys, if you're an actor especially and you know you're mic'd up, don't say anything. Like, just keep your thoughts filtered, and if you do have anything you want to vent out, then like let your like best friend know, someone that you can trust, but don't say anything on set while it's happening. Plus, as a sound mixer, I don't really care to listen to immature behavior. We are there to work, and if something is going on that's weird or doesn't really, that you're not happy with, then oh well, we move on and we suck it up and we continue our job. Because just remember, the sound guy hears everything if you're mic'd up. If you're not mic'd up, then hell, throw a party, do whatever you want to do. Alright, story number 4. The Jeffrey, can you hear me? Now, I know several sound mixers who have experienced the same thing and probably the similar stories that I've said in this video. So if you're a sound mixer in the industry watching this video, please be sure to hit the like button and comment down your stories that you've also experienced. So for reoccurring actor friends of mine that know my personality and know that I like to kid around on set, to a certain extent, sometimes they'll literally just whisper into the microphone being like, "Hey Jeffrey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What am I thinking?" Like, they'll just say some weird random bullshit and I'll just be like, oh, yep, I can hear you guys loud and clear. And sometimes they're actually not sure if I can hear them, because let's just say they're maybe 10, 20 feet away and they're like, there's no way the wireless microphone is going to pick up from where I'm standing. Sure enough, they'll whisper into the mic like, "Hey Jeffrey, can you hear me?" And I'll usually say yes, because I can. And then sometimes if I really know them well enough and they know me to a certain extent, they'll just tell me everything that's going on in their life, like at the current moment in time. Not like the personal life, but like, oh my gosh, I just feel so tired, I want to eat, I just want to get going, oh my gosh, it's taking so long, why am I here? Not like, why am I here? Because obviously they're here because they like acting, but I'll just hear those little venting stories, like very short, brief moments. Alright, now we've reached story number 5. business matters. There have been moments where directors, producers, and high-ranking departments will take actors aside, or maybe other crews specifically. They'll go into another room or isolate themselves from the film set, and they'll discuss a private matter that obviously they don't want other people to hear because they're in an isolated area. They're not around the film crew. And so as a sound person, since we have microphones like all over the place, we have the advantage of listening into whatever goes on. But for me, if I ever hear something that I'm not supposed to hear, or it's a private conversation, I always do the respectable thing and I mute the microphone. Because I personally wouldn't want anyone to hear anything that I didn't want them to hear. It's just a matter of respecting boundaries and respecting the professional process. And of course, there are probably sound mixers out there that take advantage of microphones being on, and they'll listen to conversations and gossip and they'll know everything that's going on. But you know, for mental health reasons and just for other reasons of being a good human being, like, you just gotta know your values, who you are as a person, your reputation, and what you want to be known for. And I definitely don't want to be known for someone that listens in on every single conversation, because that's a little creepy, don't you think? If you enjoyed my hot mic stories, I invite you to subscribe to the channel for more audio production and video production videos, also some movie reviews that you can find on this channel. To learn about my go-to microphones, click or tap the video you see right next to me. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Now let's go make some content.